Take a second, take a listen. Oh yeah. Think the same, but we so different. Oh yeah. Just hear me out, you about to get a little one. You about to get a little one.
Good morning.
Good morning, friend.
Welcome back to another episode of A Little R&R Podcast.
It's your boy Ramont.
And I'm Reese.
How are you?
Yes? As far as I know, that's who I am. What?
I just want to throw you off a little bit. Where are we coming from, friend?
Live and direct from a cold, undisclosed location in the DMV.
I'm not cold.
You wouldn't be. But are you ever cold?
Yes. Bitch, I sat up here with that whole blanket on that time.
You did. I feel like it's colder now than it was then.
Nah.
How have you been?
I've been great.
I feel like I haven't talked or
We have not talked.
or
We have not
seen
talked.
you in a very long time.
I feel like our friendship was on the rocks because you wasn't talking to me.
Because you told me that I wasn't your best friend.
I said it was for work. So unless we're talking about work, you're not my best friend. If you're calling me to shoot the shit, you just a friend.
And that's why you haven't heard from me.
Oh, okay.
Because we were best friends in my eyes. And while you can be a friend to someone and they don't necessarily have to be a friend to you, it doesn't work like that with me.
I've always been a friend to you.
Right. But we crossed the threshold.
Oh, we
when
did?
the world made us best friends, I went with it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'll go
okay.
with it. You said you went with it, so I'll go with it too.
You've already expressed your true feelings.
Nope. I can change them.
Mm-hmm.
People can change.
People do change.
They
Thank
do.
Goodness.
So therefore, I'm gonna change, and I'll be your best friend.
Do me a favor. Thanks.
Of course. Always with you in mind. Always with you in mind.
Okay, so I have a few things I need to get off my chest really quickly before I forget.
Go ahead, friend. I have nothing but time.
First of all, I like doing our episodes after a holiday has passed. Because I feel like before we've done it, like, before the holiday.
Depends. I mean, we can't always predict how the calendar's going to fall.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, Thanksgiving has passed.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, we can talk about it. Like,
Yeah,
leading up to it, it's like, oh, we're going to do this and da-da-da-da. And then we come back and talk about what we actually did. I think it's just cool to just get it out there and say, this is what we did after the fact. Like, we've had the fun, and now we can talk about it versus leading up to it. Okay. And then I think that we passed the part where, like, after the first year of doing the podcast, like, all of those things were interesting to talk about. But now it's like, okay,
It's a holiday.
Thanksgiving is coming again. But I will say this. So Thanksgiving.
But each year could be different because you never know.
You're right. True. We'll see. But this Thanksgiving, I did a thing, right? So I reached out to all of my friends.
Except for me.
Right. Because I knew I was going to see you after Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. Oh. So I get to figure out what all...
Let me get through.
So I get to figure out what all the other friends got?
No. I'm about to tell... You're approaching the situation with violence, and I'm not.
Okay.
I'm coming with love. So this Thanksgiving, do you know that Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday?
Yes.
Okay, so Thanksgiving, well, you already know that. But now everybody got this same little speech, right? Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because it gives me an opportunity. I feel like I know this. I said it so much, yes. Anyways, it's my favorite holiday because it gives me an opportunity to express to my friends and families what they mean. Family, what they mean to me. And for you, I just am so appreciative of the fact that you have always, and I feel like this is just who you are, and this is why I appreciate it. You always give me a different perspective. Mm-hmm. Never, ever am I the one that thinks that I'm always right, but a lot of times I do. And the moments that the conversations that we've had either on the podcast or off where I've been in my mind or in my head about something, you'll kind of not tell me that I'm wrong, but, well, sometimes you do. But for the most part, you will be like, no, but look at it like this, or look at it from this perspective.
Absolutely.
And I absolutely appreciate that because you don't get that in friendships. And then I think that another thing, and this is just important to me, and I think I realized it recently, that friendships are give and take. And there are some friendships that I've been a part of where I didn't get anything from it. And so when it
Drag
dissolved,
them.
yeah, say their names. But I just felt like it wasn't fulfilling, and so it's easy to move away from those relationships. But I do sincerely value the friendships and relationships that I have where we can give and take from each other and in a positive way. So I just want to say, even though it's after Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for being a great friend.
Absolutely. But we've had the discussion about like why I do that, and it's never to say that you're wrong in a way that you're thinking, because it's your situation, and if that's how you processed your thoughts and that's how you choose to move within that situation as your friend, naturally I'm going to support you. Not to say but or however to negate everything I just said, but right. I do it just to challenge your thought process, and like you said, to give you a different perspective about it, and also to look at it from the other person's point of view. Mm-hmm. And like I say, if you just like, no, fuck them, this, that, and the third. Well, fuck them, friend. Fuck them, friend. Like, I like who is me?
Who is that?
To tell you how to think. I just and sometimes you're like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. This and the third, and naturally, you're in the moment. You're thinking how you should navigate through whatever it is, this and the third, and then you come to me, and I just like, well, let's look at it like this. Let's add this additional factor in there, these what ifs, hypothetically speaking, and everything like that, and just go from there. Maybe it will change your perspective, maybe it won't, but it's just what I do with you.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Because I know how your mind be. You just there.
I do.
Like, no, friend, come back. Come
I
back
do,
bit.
and that's
come back a little bit, friend.
I don't know. Sometimes it works. Most of the time, I don't know. It works for me sometimes.
I gotta come, like, really there, friend?
So, was it not this past weekend? I think a couple weekends ago, I went to a friend's birthday party. I'm not going to mention the friend's name because...
Are they a listener? Are they a supporter?
They are a supporter, but I'm about to talk a little mess about... not about the function itself, but people at the function. So, if you were there, you know.
If you know, you know. Well, let me sit in because I don't know shit. I'm gonna eat this shit up.
So what I've learned is there was two things that were very prominent. One thing, okay, and this is just etiquette, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It may not be like full on like legit etiquette, but if you are gonna go to a venue, a function, anything, and sit on the front row, you shouldn't be turned around the whole time watching the door.
Oh,
sit in the back.
That's rude.
So I'm like 3 rows from the front, right? And there's maybe a total of 6 or 7 rows. I'm there. I'm in my space, minding my business, talking to the people around me and all of that. I promise you, every time someone came through the door, that front row was like, I said, my goodness. My goodness. Like, right. And it was a venue. It wasn't like someone's house, but it was just like, sit back there then. Sit back there. And then another thing that was very prominent there, veneers. I feel like everybody had veneers. The problem is, for me, some will say that I'm judgmental because of this, and
all our veneer listeners gonna stop listening.
No. Because this is the problem. If you're gonna get veneers, I would imagine. So in my head, the intent is to have a natural look, right? Like who puts veneers in their mouth to be like, oh, I got on veneers?
No. My thought process behind veneers is not to have a natural look, but to have a perfect smile. That's how I look at it. So, because it's not natural in a sense. So I look at it like they're doing this to have a perfect smile, not natural.
That fits their face or mouth.
To have that is it. To have a perfect
at any cost.
Smile. That's it.
Okay.
I don't look at because of to have a perfect smile.
Got you. So I'll say this then. However you look at it.
Okay.
The top and the bottom should match.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be done at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know if people get them on loan. They can only do a top or a bottom at a time. I don't know how it works because I don't have veneers. Actually, my 2 front teeth are veneers, actually.
Really?
They are. That is, yeah. So, but like, I'm talking about the whole grill.
I learned something new about you.
Yeah. So when I initially wanted braces, they were like, no, your teeth aren't bad enough to get braces, but we can offer you veneers to close up, because I wanted to close up my gap. So they gave me veneers to close my gap, and of course they don't.
Veneers are all, they're all done different in a sense. Like there are some like where they do like a overlay type of situation, and then there's others where they shave down the teeth to put the veneers on.
So I had no.
I could never.
My natural teeth have not been shaved down. The veneers have. When I got braces the second time, because I wanted everything to be. I wanted a perfect smile, but not at the expense.
For you, at cosmetic surgery, tell me about it.
It was very quick and easy. But okay, so back to my point. The top should match. Like there was.
What did these smiles look like?
Trash. These mouths were trash. I was just like, oh my gosh. And it was like, the top row was like, you could tell it was veneers. And then the bottom row was like, snap, crackle, pop. Like, what? Like, it was like, clean them. Or do, like, something should correlate.
They have to get, they have to go to the dentist for cleanings and so forth and everything like that. But I think it's just the regular brushing and everything like that.
Wow.
When people have veneers, it makes me wonder, if I did not know prior, what was your smile like prior that you felt as if you need to.
And it's a personal thing. All I'm saying is,
I just be curious.
Just make it match. Make it make sense.
Like, do both of them at the same time?
Do both of them at the same time. Or you may not need work on the bottom. Like, I feel like when I got braces the second time.
But you can't, the thing is, just because I don't need work on the bottom because they're all straight in a sense, I can't have blind and white up here and then regular teeth down here that has been with me for all the years I've been on this earth.
Like, when I got my braces, like I was saying, I got my braces the second time. I was like, well, my bottom teeth are fine. It's the my top had spaced out a little on the sides, and I was like, I just want to bring that back together. And they were like, no, we're gonna do both of them. And I was like, okay, very well. Like, so that, to me, I feel like my orthodontist telling me that, I feel like whoever's doing these people's teeth should be like, hey.
I gotta send a thank you message to my mother every time somebody tell me I got a nice smile.
You do have a nice smile. Did you have braces?
In high school.
Oh, when you were younger, you did. Yeah. But yeah,
that's why people they're like, I don't want to say. Like, the people that are still wearing retainers from like high school, like, your teeth ain't going, in my mind, but like, your teeth ain't move, mine ain't move. Right. And my teeth were messed up. It's like, mine ain't move. I haven't got. I had to look for it. Yeah, my mother has them.
Like, my teeth were never bad. I just had a gap that I wanted to close. And if I could go back, I probably would have never done it.
And like, one of my favorite songs is Crooked Smile by who's that?
It's a rapper.
It is a rapper with like TLC in the background or whatever. Is that TLC? On my way down. It just could just be his background vocals.
Yeah, but I get it. I just think that
J. Cole. Yeah, featuring TLC. Huh, I was right.
I didn't know that. Okay. I didn't know the TLC was on that one. Just make it match. People, like, make it make sense. I get it. We all want what we want, and we want it when we want it, but I mean, just make it make sense, in my opinion. So that was my weekend. That particular weekend. But I enjoyed the people.
So that weekend, I know what day you're talking about. You know, I was working.
Mm-hmm.
I can't give all my bartending secrets out. I'll say three things I'll say. And this sounds bad coming from me. I don't ever want to make another margarita in my life.
You told me that.
Friend, it was between margarita, whiskey sour, Hennessy sidecar, Hennessy margarita. I said, I don't even want to pick up my shaker at this point. Amazing party.
I was going to say, crowd. It had to be a good time.
Like, I don't even want to pick up my fucking shaker at this point to shake that shit up, to pour it out. And The host sister, I feel as if she was testing my skills. She was like, "Let me do a margarita." Then she came back, "Let me do a tequila sunrise." And I was like, "Okay, she want to go today. Let's go, man."
She's got questions and she needs answers.
But it was given like, let me see what you can make and what you can't make.
Well, point was proven. So,
I'm gonna make. I've made everything, and you know what's funny? One, I'm glad I know the people in which I bartend for, or I have that personality where everyone feels like it doesn't feel like a business transaction in a sense. It's not like you're at a regular bar where you're ordering like at a restaurant or something like that. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you know this person.
Right.
So like, people always, they want to talk shit. And I was, EJ was helping me. He was like, "Damn, it's a tough crowd." I said, "They gonna talk that shit." I said, "They just feel comfortable." I said, "We give that vibe like it's comfortable." Like people's like, "Oh, like, are you a bartender? Do you know what you're doing, this and third and everything like that?" I would say some shit back. EJ was just like,
"I wouldn't
what?
be here if that
like,
was the case."
Like
sir,
EJ didn't know. Step to the side. Excuse me. What was that? He do. What's
I'm
up?
the manager.
What's up? But I think somebody had asked me for. I think it was for like the Hennessy margarita. Mm-hmm. And one person ordering his firm's like, "Oh yeah, let me do one too." So when I made both of them and they drank, they was like, "Oh, this is good." Did you think it was going to be nasty going in? Like that type of comment, like it confused. So did you think it was going to be nasty?
But think back before you were bartending, right? So when you would go to a party, sometimes the people behind the bar, I don't even think that I thought much of it until being friends with you. A lot of times it was people that just were good at mixing drinks. Like they weren't necessarily bartenders.
But
they hadn't done what needed to be done.
If I don't know what if I don't, I'm like, I don't do it. But if like, make me something. Right. Then I expected like, oh, like this is good, this, that, and the third. Then it's like, okay, I get that. Mm-hmm. But if it's a margarita, a Hennessy, like if it's something that is just typical and I make it and be like, oh, this is good. It's just like.
Because some people can't look at me.
Did you think it was going to be nasty?
I can pour some stuff together now. Is it always going to be good? Not necessarily, because I don't have that skill set. I don't know the measurements and things like that.
Like one of the ladies asked about she didn't drink, so she was just like, "Can you make me something non-alcoholic?" So I mixed
get a Sprite. No, I'm just joking.
Soda, got it. No, so
light or dark.
So I mixed her, I mixed the juices together or whatever the case may be, made it pretty. And she was like, non-alcoholic. I was like, yeah, I heard you. Like, I got you. And she was like, oh, this is good. I was like, I got you. Like,
but again, I think that sometimes
I expected it from her because she didn't know what I was going to do.
Right. But again, I think it goes back to people not necessarily expecting the people behind the bar to really know what they're doing. They're thinking that you just got somebody back here to ensure that you ain't nobody heavy pouring and all of that. So I
never thought about it like that. Oh, you know what I do to you.
Oh, thank you. Lesson learned. Yay. Look at the roles
I just be getting offended. Like, bitch, what? Oh, this is
I'm
good.
here for a reason. Like, he hired me. It's not like I'm just here
good.
for
Bitch, I know it's good. Like, the fuck?
Like, can you move so we can get
like,
to the next
I
person?
literally sat here and measured this shit out in this glass and you holding up my line because now I got to sit here and make it. And shake this shit up for you. But overall, it was a good party. Like I said, I'll be honest. After a while, they got the margarita mix. I wasn't pouring the lime juice. I wasn't pouring the triple sec.
You are good for that. You're good for making sure that the lime juice is like fresh. And yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, like after that, at a certain point, that margarita mix got cracked open, and
here you go.
You're not gonna shake? No.
It's already shaking.
Who next?
Shook it.
Because listen, it's too many of y'all. People ordering like 5 drinks at a time. Like I said,
Mm-hmm. So Thanksgiving,
is that a shake?
No, it's a black version of what is that drink?
Why is it white?
Because You're doing a lot of asking questions, and I don't have answers. The name of the drink is coming to me. It's a Hispanic tradition.
Oh, with that rum chata type of situation? Okay. Okay.
But it's a black version.
What do you mean it's a black version?
Black people made it.
So
We'll talk about it on our what? We will talk about
it's a black version because black people made it?
It's really
Did they use the same ingredient?
They use
They use black people
it's a black rendition of Why would you do that to me? We'll talk more about it on our black owned business.
Maybe we'll do that episode in February. We'll have a part 1 and 2 because I feel like this is going to go on and on.
It can.
It's because black people made it. Bitch, that don't make it a black rendition.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay, Fred.
So what made me forget. Oh, Thanksgiving. So, what was your favorite dish this year? Okay, I'll tell you mine.
Can it be a dessert?
It can be whatever was your favorite.
So my aunt made a sweet potato cheesecake.
My mom made a sweet potato cheesecake for my sister.
And she had a big one that I tasted. Then I saw that it was like one of the small ones. I took it home.
Like a small pie or like a personal?
Yeah, it's given like personal.
Oh, okay. I think those
it.
are always so cute.
I just looked up that it was there. I was like,
bring.
Damon, put this in. Hide that. That's ours.
It sounds good. I haven't had it. So
You would love it.
Steve cooked Thanksgiving dinner. I think almost everything. I know Tonio made the cabbage, which was good, but
Was it spicy like it was for
it
TT's
was
birthday?
not.
Oh.
It was not. It was requested not to be as spicy.
Oh, got it.
It wasn't spicy.
Was good,
it was good though. But the dressing, I was gonna call it stuffing. The dressing was phenomenal.
My aunt does a good stuffing every year. Like my cousins were like taking it. Like one plate was just stuffing, and then another plate was like everything else.
So guess the friend.
Guess the friend.
We're leaving Thanksgiving, right? We're leaving dinner. So everybody's packing to-go plates or whatever. So my plate has everything on it, right? I have everything, all of the mains and the sides on one plate. And then I have a plate with a piece of pie and a muffin.
Your desserts. Mm-hmm.
Right. And then I did a little thing with what do you call it? Cranberry sauce, because I like cranberry sauce. So that's all I had. This friend had a full plate, right? So once they were wrapping it up, I was like, oh, okay, it was a low vibration plate, but I get it. It's Thanksgiving.
Maybe they'll separate it when they get home.
So they went back to get more. And I was like, what else are you getting? Oh, that's just the sides. I said, oh.
Sometimes you got to do that.
Okay. This was a plate for them. Solely them.
I already know who it is.
Who?
If I know who was invited, it was Omari.
Yes, it was. Yeah. I said, this bitch is so fucking greedy.
But you know he don't cook.
It's not the point. Oh, no. He does cook.
He ain't cooked Thanksgiving.
No, but still, it was a lot for me. It was a lot for me.
Like,
it was like a plate this high with
now
sides.
we're about to talk about our friend.
But because he was like, what time are we recording with?
He always want to know.
I said, okay.
Does he cook? Like, when I think of Omari cooking, I think about you cooking. It's cooking for survival.
He actually cooks. He meal preps for the week. Yeah. I am definitely a survival cook, though. I will take that.
But I don't see him doing what Tonio would do, what Steve would do, what I would do, what Damon would do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see that.
He has cooked before us.
When?
At Hoodie on the Hill. One of the hoodies on the hills.
That food was catered. The second one, that food was catered.
No. I think he cooked.
No.
I honestly think he could.
Who made what was it, mac and cheese that time?
I think a friend made the mac and cheese, but he made the meat, and he made something
That
else.
chicken? No, it was catered. I don't care what no one says. Amari catered that second party.
I don't think so.
He tried to tell me he didn't, but I was like, Amari, this is not your cooking.
That was the second one, right?
Yeah.
For the second.
It's too many silver pans. And no dishes.
What do you mean?
And no dishes.
He might have.
Too many silver pans and no dishes. Amari cooked. He had too much energy.
Shut up.
When have you seen any of the cooks that you know have energy after cooking for y'all?
Okay, we can stop talking about him and his low vibration plate. I was shocked and appalled at how much food was on the plate, and it was just the
if
size.
I'm having a function and I know a lot of food's going to be left over, I'm inviting Amari.
Absolutely.
Because I know he's going to take it home.
Right.
And I'm good to go.
Human garbage disposal.
Wow.
Is that bad?
A strong choice of words. Strong choice of words.
Is that bad? That's.
I mean, I can find it offensive. I'm not going to say it's bad, but I can find it offensive.
He eats a lot.
Wow.
I don't
drag him. Amari, listen to this episode. Reese tell you how you really feel. Friend, damn.
He does eat a lot. I eat a lot too, though. I'm just not.
I'm clean it up now.
I'm not taking a whole bunch of food home with me.
You call that man obese.
No, you just said that. And he said he did.
The jury's still out on it. I don't care what no one says.
Hey, Amari, listen to this episode. Ramont's going to tell you how he really feels.
But I told him that to his face. I don't care what I was. I told him that shit to his face. I was like, Amari, you didn't cook this shit. I don't care what no one says.
Coquito. That's what I was trying to get out of my.
Oh, coquito. So what's the black version? It can't be coquito. That's Spanish.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll have it ready for you. It's yeah.
Okay.
In other news.
Let me see. What else did we do for Thanksgiving? We cooked for the house. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we always do.
My mother used to do that.
Well, I mean, depending on who's in the house, naturally you do, especially when you're going over a family house. That's hosting because you want your own food there. Like you don't want to have to be.
Wait. You cook? I thought you meant you cooked for the house. Like you made food at home and left it there.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we made our own Thanksgiving dinner in the house.
Okay.
Because like I said, you don't want to be dependent upon taking food home.
Right.
And what if you don't like it?
Well, I mean, I feel like if you go into your family house, you kind of know.
No, but not.
I don't know.
Not all the time because you don't know who. You don't know who cooked. You know who cooked all the stuff sometimes. And some people like to bring new dishes and stuff. And
I don't see. That's not the time. I've always heard that.
No,
that's
but
not
somebody
the
be like, "Oh, I'll bring a dish in," and we let them because we nice, but we gonna talk about you. Like, ain't nobody touching that shit.
Are you talking about new? Are you talking about new people or people that been in the family?
No, people. That's what I remember. One year, my cousin made.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say the name. I thought you was gonna say cousin May.
No, she know who she is. She made, I want to say potato salad, and it wasn't good. I think it was real wet.
I just wonder when people do that, don't they know?
No, I mean, she had good intentions, but the aunt's gonna let you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And when they was packing up, they said, make sure you take that wet ass potato salad with you. Child, she ain't made potato salad since she on devil eggs. She on devil eggs now, and this was like
that can be a little.
This
wet.
was like early 2000s.
Speaking of D's, now the deviled eggs at Thanksgiving were good.
The sad part, she make them this year. She said eggs are high. We said yeah, food price.
Not eggs are high.
The eggs are, but like when she said when I made them before, it was just like 7 something. She like it's close to almost $20 now for wherever she gets them from, how many ever she buys or whatever. She's like it's very high now.
Interesting.
Food costs went up. I think did you cut off your mic? It's orange.
No.
It's orange.
Did I?
It's orange.
Oh,
I've never seen it be orange before.
What did I do?
I mean, it could be fine. Hold on. Oh, wait, there you go. It's back to green.
Okay, let's hope that nothing
I
changed too much. Okay. The deviled eggs, I don't know who, I'm assuming Steve made them. They were good, but these eggs were missed. But then I said, well, my birthday is coming up. And although I'm not doing anything
We
for my
argue every
birthday.
time we make devil eggs for your birthday.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's a curse of your birthday. I don't fucking know. I've told you that.
You
I
have,
told you that
but
before.
I don't understand. Okay, I don't want them then. Because I don't want to cause no confusion. I feel like every time you walk into the set, it'd be like, good, happy birthday.
Because we done argued before we got here. Every year we got
He hides it much better than you.
Every year we made
Because he'd be like, hey. You'd be like,
here go your fucking
here
eggs.
Well, I won't regret. Look, I was thinking on Thanksgiving, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and request the devil eggs for my birthday.
I mean, we'll do them for you. We already know. I mean, him and I talked about it. You and I have talked about it. We don't know what it is, but every year we've made them eggs for you. It's been an issue to get out the house and come. We almost don't make it.
Did it? Now, let me ask you this. This is random, and this has nothing to do with anything.
Okay.
But did he, that year for your birthday, did he smoke the salmon, or was it just a smoked salmon that he had purchased from somewhere?
Which
at
year?
the clubhouse.
We purchased that.
Oh, okay. I've been telling everybody that your husband makes the best smoked salmon ever. Everybody. Because I love smoked salmon.
We ain't got a smoker.
I know. And I was just like, he did it and it was so good.
But you like the salmon that we do.
Yes.
It's glazed.
I love that too. But that's smoked salmon.
We got it from Ivy City Smokehouse.
Okay.
Down there on Oakey Street.
Good to know. I don't know where it is, but I'm a think it's a restaurant?
No, you know exactly where it is. Off of 50. It's a Planet Fitness down there. The Studio 52, I want to say. When we went to the axe throwing, is down there.
Okay. I know the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
They
good
do
to know.
smoked salmon and stuff like that down there.
So good. Okay. That's it, right?
Yeah. You can tell them we make good salmon though that you like.
Yeah, I don't know. We must have been we had to be talking about my birthday. It was at work. I really don't talk to people. I realize. Like, I do, but I don't.
I wonder if we put smoked salmon on your devil eggs, how would that be?
Probably really good.
Probably real good.
It would be really good. Because I just love smoked salmon. Smoked salmon's
We'll do it for
freaking
you.
amazing.
I'll think about it this year.
Okay. Let's roll into our topic for the day.
Okay.
I don't think it has anything to do with what we talked about. I was
Ain't
trying to
got
make it
nothing
make
to do with smoked
nothing to do with no
salmon.
smoked salmon, no devil eggs, no Thanksgiving, no nothing.
It can deal with your devil eggs
Oh.
in a situation around it. You can feel like it's your fault.
Oh.
You can take blame.
I don't think it's my fault, but if it makes it better, then I'll take it. Cause
I'm sorry I ask for this every year.
and then it causes this confusion. But okay, so we're gonna talk about the victim role and victim shaming. So I think that this came up because there was a situation that transpired where an individual that we're familiar with just seemingly is always the freaking victim of situations that they kind of create for themselves.
Well, to that point, I feel as if you can't be a victim to a situation in which you create.
Agree. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
playing the victim role. Like, so if we look at victim, right? Because, I like a definition. A victim is a person harmed, injured, or killed as a result of a crime, accident, or other event or action. That's Google's definition.
It sounds about right.
Right. But like you said, when you have created this space, I feel like that's when you get into the victim role, which is from Wikipedia. Manipulators often play the victim role, in parentheses, woe is me, by portraying themselves as victims of circumstances or someone else's behavior in order to gain pity or sympathy or to evoke compassion and thereby get something from someone.
Remember that Thanksgiving when said person acted one different way and then became the victim when I arrived? And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, how did we get here? And then, what was the other? The victim shaming. So when I first thought about the topic, I was like, okay, victim role, victim shaming.
Victim shaming gives low-key gaslighting.
You think so? So I'm gonna give you the definition.
Yeah, it does.
Per Urban Dictionary.
Oh shit! Wrong place to start. But go ahead.
When the victim of an event is blamed or partially blamed for their own attack, mainly used in context with rape, domestic abuse, sexual harassment, and sexual assault, but can be applied to other situations. It wrongly shifts blame from the guilty party onto the victim, and therefore doesn't or makes it more difficult to punish the one truly at fault. The term was popularized by the slut walk movement, which started after a Canadian police officer advised female students to avoid dressing like sluts in order to avoid being victimized. So victim shaming, I think, with does not align with someone playing a victim role. I'm sorry, people. Intermission. You got to put something in there because that was long.
Hey, but shit. I break it back. Get back on task for it.
So victim shaming, I think, is a different topic than individuals playing the victim role. So I just want to concentrate and just kind of have the conversation about victim role. Like, what would make someone, and I know that I have an opinion. I don't know that I have the right answer. So, of course, if you feel a different way, comment or drop a message on one of our,
yeah, definitely drop down in the comment section.
Yeah, and the YouTube.
Because we love to hear from y'all whenever y'all say y'all different perspective and opinions.
Yeah.
It's always good. YouTube be good for the comment section, Instagram and so forth. But to go back to like our last episode, when you talk about perception and reality, like the reality is I'm the victim, but your perception is no, you're not the victim. So I don't see how you even arrived there within this situation. So,
but I think when you're talking about someone playing the victim role, that's a manipulation of reality. In a
absolutely.
sense.
If I want to make myself the victim within a situation, it's manipulation, and it's just like how
when you look at a situation like for what it is, right? Just this is what the situation is. Like if we are talking about,
do you feel like a victim has to come out of every situation?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. I think that we can have a situation and have different opinions or different thoughts or different whatever about that situation, but it doesn't make one a victim.
Mm-hmm.
Like on either side.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a difference of opinion. Now, if we're talking about I am out and about and someone robs me.
You're a victim.
To me, that is cut and dry. A victim. If I choose,
because in that sense, you're a victim of a crime,
right?
But if we're looking at victim of court of opinion or victim of situations, circumstances, and everything like that, like
it's hard. But I think that a lot of times people put themselves in situations knowingly wanting to be a victim, like the definition said.
I mean, it's manipulation. I'm about to say,
yeah.
Like it's very manipulative too, and it depends on how far up you play the victim role. Like if you're committed. Bitch, kudos. You deserve an Oscar.
You should be an actor or an actress.
You is committed to over dramatizing this situation,
right?
And it does not call for that.
That's what I don't understand, and that's
like,
the
bitch,
part
what the fuck you crying for?
And I get, but so then are we being insensitive to people because if they feel like they've been victimized, like again, back to the perspective, if they feel like I'm a victim to whatever situation.
So if we're roasting a particular friend and they start crying,
I'm trying to think who was gonna cry, but go ahead.
I'm just saying.
Right.
They just start crying. And like just so they've been drinking too much and they got real emotional. They just start crying.
Okay, this is me.
And like they get upset and like they're like, I can't believe you guys. Like, oh my God, you don't know like what you said was hurtful for me and this, that, and the third. And we're like, okay, shut the fuck up. Like it ain't that serious. But again, it's like, but you're like, no, like y'all shouldn't have done that. Y'all don't know, or you know, just anyone, Bob, our imaginary friend, Bob. Mm-hmm. And it's we like, Bob, you've been our friend for years. Like, why all of a sudden is it so sensitive now? Or have you always felt this way? And now you're playing the victim. And like, how do we move on past this? But then, are we gaslighting Bob by like saying like it's not that serious? You're overreacting. That's gaslighting.
So in that situation, I think that it's hard. That is a hard situation because if Bob feels like he's being victimized by our words and or actions in this roast, that is an entitled feeling. However, I think it's always hard when someone tries to, if he's been feeling this way and now he chooses to say something, it is hard to, because if this is what we do, mm-hmm. and now it's an issue, like what about the 50
if we
other
were out
times?
in public and I took your hat and ran off,
and I didn't have a haircut,
and you did not have a haircut,
we have a problem.
And
I got an attitude.
And I feel as if you're overreacting. You're like, no, like you're playing the You're playing the victim. I'm a victim to you taking my hat and running off. I'm just like, friend, like calm the fuck down. Like it's not that serious. Now you didn't got attitude, and then you come at me with attitude. Now I got attitude, and I feel like I'm the victim. Yes. Ooh. Now I'm the victim because I feel as if you're overreacting and it wasn't that serious. So why are you talking to me like this? And we're best friends. But then it's like, well, you like, as my best friend, you should have known not to take my hat. As your best friend, you should know not to talk to me like that.
No, now you are taking on a victim role.
No,
because I'm the victim. Because you chose to do something to me that
it was all fun and games.
It was until it wasn't. But I don't think that's victim role. I think that now. And I think that we're using in that scenario, victim is a very strong word in my opinion.
Yes, it is.
It's a strong word. However, I think that I would be justified in feeling like, damn, you really did that. Mm-hmm. Now you getting an attitude with me because of my reaction to you, sir, you did that. Now I don't think that that's me playing the victim role. I think that that's you.
I would be playing the victim role.
Yeah, you're trying to manipulate the situation and say, well, you shouldn't talk to me because of the wait a minute. Let's talk about your actions first. So I think that's different. I want to attempt to seek understanding of individual and give my perspective. So I think that to seek understanding of why people play the victim role. And I will say that I think that it is one of those things where some people feel like they need to be the center of attention, and that is their way of feeling that need or want or void.
All right, I'm going to give you a scenario. With my part-time job. A person comes in. You had to think about which job.
I was like...
Which job, Fred?
Right.
Person comes in, and they've been having a shitty birthday. It's like their birthday weekend. So they've been having like a shitty birthday. So we know none the wiser. We haven't been part of your birthday celebration. We know nothing. You know, we're just here.
We know none the wiser.
We
are none the wiser. Go ahead.
Wow.
I'm just saying it.
Victim. Victim.
When you said it, I was like, huh? Okay.
Bitch, you knew what the fuck I was saying?
I did. Okay,
victim.
My bad.
So, said person is very rude to one of the hosts. The entire time. Also says, I want someone that likes my gender. Okay. Throwing a fit. The management gives them a refund for for something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Trust me, it wasn't justified. Let me start there. In my mind, it wasn't. Move their seats, and said person then goes on like an apology tour. Basically, you know, I apologize.
This is all on the same day?
All within the same 2 hours. Oh. You know, came in with attitude, throwing a fit, rude to this person. I want this, got a refund. Then all of a sudden it became, I apologize. I didn't mean it. You know, it had nothing to do with it. So they came in, they assumed the victim role coming in.
I was going to say, you started with the
we
victim
had
role.
not. So they wanted the world given to them, playing the victim role, but then became...
What was the first issue?
Maybe it was like they didn't like... So, okay. The first issue was the seats. They didn't like how the seats were positioned. So let's say me, you, and Antonio go out. And something, it's for a celebration of me. Mm-hmm. But something is blocking my view, but where you and Antonio are sitting is not blocking your view. So as my friend, you would say, oh, friend, sit here.
Right. That's too easy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, ma'am. No, sir.
Wasn't good enough. So.
Wow. You came, so to me, that is someone walking into a space seeking an issue or...
Playing a victim already.
Wanting to be
already
a victim.
In your mind, you're the victim. And it's just like, we didn't do any, like, we can try to make this better. Like, the first situation, it could have just been you and your friends having a conversation.
That is way too easy.
And I think that's why the ticket refund, that's why that came into play. That's why the refund came into place.
They refunded just the person?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they moved their seats, you know, to a different table, whatever the case may be. But you know me. I was pretty much like, I wouldn't have done it. And it would have been good. If I do this refund, you can leave. Because the refund also came after I want someone that likes my gender. So it would have been, if I do this, you can leave. Because there's nothing within the guidelines that we have done wrong.
Right.
In a sense. So if I do this, you can leave.
Yeah. This individual wanted to be a victim. They came in with the intentions.
And you know, I'm the type person, don't apologize to me after the fact.
Absolutely not.
Because
not after all of that.
My thing is, unless you are on some type of substance, drunk and inebriated, in my mind, you are well within your right mind. You know everything that you're saying. You're very intentional.
Right.
So you can't no. You said what you said. You did what you did. And we're good.
And somebody that likes my gender, like, I mean, I could see if you're being treated differently because of that. No. Right? Like, oh, I'm going to avoid you because you're not what I like.
Nope.
But just like...
Nope. Just a random off-the-wall statement.
But then the apology, that doesn't make sense. See, that's
apologize to every...
Is that a chemical imbalance or something within the mental? Like, what? How do you... Problem. Oh, I'm sorry.
But it gave the... When I feel like people did that, they actually sat down, took a look outside of themselves at the situation. Like, damn, I didn't have to do that. They didn't do anything wrong to me. But I feel as if your apology is for you, it's not for me.
Yeah, the damage has been done.
It's been done.
If you didn't process through all of that before you initiated all of this, you got it.
Thank you. It given thank you, but okay. Like, I don't have to accept it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
But do you think someone that victimized another person can I apologize to you? Like, if I took your hat and then I apologize because I saw that you were upset.
Yeah. I think that to me, I would receive that. I think that in the scenario that you described, I think that and this is me, maybe it's just me. I think that before I say something, I'm processing through what do I want from this? Mm-hmm. Or because if I walked into a space and that was it, like that was, I don't like where I'm seated. Like you said, friends, switch with me. Let's rectify that. If I felt like I was being mistreated because of my gender and the gender of the host or whatever, In my head, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to say, yes, I want someone else, or I'm going to leave. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then to do all of the opposite and cause a ruckus in a sense with these things, to me, that's being processed. I know what I'm doing. So to apologize after the fact for what?
Do you think every victim deserves an apology?
No. No. Because I feel like sometimes you can feel like a victim, but not necessarily be a victim. Again, the victim role. Now,
Let me give you another scenario.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I don't think that
I felt like I was the victim.
Okay.
No. Same place, same setting, different person. Complain.
We needed snacks.
I know. Snack would be good. Yeah. Are you still on that diet? Okay, good.
It's
Thank
not
you.
a diet, but I was just eating better and going to the gym.
Okay.
Working on my fitness.
I ain't like it, but
Really?
I mean, because it kind of like Tonio said, why are you here? Because you can't. I understand you're there for camaraderie. Well, I probably said that all.
Camaraderie.
Whatever. And you want to be around us, but you can't do anything that we're doing.
I agree.
And being that it was something that you would do.
Because all I heard was we're not inviting you next time.
If you tell us you're doing this again, we're
not.
Because it's like, well, why are you here? Like, you can't do any of this. But there's a story. So, complained, had an issue, this, that, and the third, one X, Y, and Z, and said that they paid for particular services. So...
Can we tell people where you work or no?
No.
Okay.
Maybe better come up later.
Okay.
So
sorry. I be trying to get y'all information. He just don't want to share nothing.
If you know, you know. So, like, I took them aside and, after they had been complaining and giving another host grief, just like, oh, okay, now I got to step in. What's the problem? What's the issue?
You like the manager?
Second in command.
Okay.
So, it depends on what it is.
No, I got you.
So, we looked into it and we just like, no, you don't have this. And it was like, oh no, I got this. Here go the ticket. And we were like, look at the date. That's not for this. Oh, okay. And walks away.
They was wrong?
Loud and wrong.
Yeah. And walked away?
Walked away. Ain't said, I'm sorry, I apologize.
My bad, something.
Nope.
Something. Now, I feel like
Nope.
I feel like
I was the victim. And she didn't apologize. So every victim is not doing an apology, like you said. God, I know where we stand, best friend.
No, I'm thinking that one through. I think that an apology definitely should have been issued. Like, again, loud and wrong, like that circumstance. I just think different circumstances. If
that humble pie of apologizing probably was the furthest thing from their mind because they knew they were right the entire time.
I'm trying to think, do I want to take back that every victim? No, I don't. I don't want to take that back because I don't think that because I see myself as a victim does not warrant an apology because it could have been a misunderstanding. It may not have been intentional. And nobody has to apologize for how I feel, right? Like, I don't feel like because again, an action, maybe when it comes to feelings, like if you were to, perfect example, I don't feel like, I don't want to bring up old shit, but I'm going to bring it up. The time that you disinvited me on this group outing because you stated that I told you I had other plans, which I don't recall having, but I was left out of the plan.
There was a miscommunication.
Right. Thank you. Finally, we had a miscommunication because I feel like you was riding, even the last time we talked about it, he was like, no, you, anyways. But in that situation, I did not necessarily feel like a victim, but I felt like ostracized. But I didn't feel like I needed an apology because what you thought is what you thought. Because I think, so what happened was real short.
I mean, it was a miscommunication.
Right.
And I did what I did based off of what I thought.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying. So for me, in that moment, I felt a way. I was like,
Right.
that's jacked up. Like, why would he do me like that? But then after hearing the whole story, I'm like, okay, but I could have, and I feel like some people will play a victim role. Like, oh my God, you tried to keep me out of the group and da-da-da-da-da, and will expect an apology. I don't think that situation called for an apology because
It wasn't because it wasn't. It was
Exactly.
intentional, but it wasn't to the degree.
it wasn't
of,
intentionally to hurt me.
No, it was not.
Exactly.
It was not.
And I think that that's the difference. And I think that that's when I say, again, I could have felt like, oh, you did this to me intentionally. You need to apologize, or I want an apology. But to me,
Oh, child, baby.
right. I mean, knowing you, and not because I know you,
Know your friend group.
Right. Not because I know you, am I saying that I didn't want, but I just felt like once it was all settled, it was like,
Yeah.
okay, you were under the understanding of this was what was going on. I was under the understanding that this was what was going on. It was just miscommunication.
And it was done deliberately because of what I thought you were doing that day.
Right.
And it was only in my mind, it was to help you, not hinder anything, and of course not keep you from us.
Right.
Whatever the case may be. You can tell people the story. Go and tell the story. I'm still right. They still won't agree with me.
The short version of the story is Ramont had put together, was it a dinner? An outing? It was something.
Probably both. Shit.
It was an evening thing.
Yeah.
So Ramont had put together a outing for everyone in our immediate friend circle. I knew nothing about it. So when I was like, everybody's leaving to go, I'm like, well, where's everybody going? And they was like, oh, you weren't invited. And I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. But it went on, and I don't think we talked about it until after.
When we all got back together.
Yeah, and so however long that took. And so when it came out, I was like, I had been feeling a way, but I was like, maybe there's a reason. And I didn't want to approach it aggressively because I know my friend. You know your friend. If I would have came at Ramont on some defensive, he would have jumped on the defensive, and we would have not gotten anything accomplished.
I would have been a victim.
Anyways, so when we finally got together and had the conversation, Ramont was under the impression that I was going on a date that same evening. And so did not invite me because he knows that if at that time, if I was scheduled or wanting to go on a date with someone and my friends were doing something, I was going to go with my friends and cancel the date.
And he's done it several times.
I've done it several times. Because I just enjoy, I know that I'm going to have.
Switch the date, or did I just had the dates mixed up? You went that Friday, and I think I planned something that Sunday.
I think it was that. I think it was, the date was supposed to happen sometime around that time, but it wasn't the specific day.
Yeah. So that was specifically my intentions. I said, we'll do this.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him, because I wanted Reese to go through with what he had planned and not cancel and then choose us. So that's what it was.
And I'm not.
But it wasn't intentional. I mean, yeah, because if I'd known Reese was free, like, okay, we all doing this, and like it would have been nothing.
But I'm not with said person, so
Yeah, you're not.
I don't even know who it was. Do you remember?
Don't do that.
I'm.
Don't do that to me. Not on camera.
No. I mean, if I don't remember, I don't expect you to remember.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I do want to give a disclaimer. Even though we've been sitting here talking this entire time, I don't want anyone that has been victimized of something truly dangerous or like severe, like we're in a sense like poking fun or trying to justify anything like that. Like I don't want them to feel that way. This is more so court of public opinion and more so conversational type of things, roasting a friend, itself, or poking fun at a friend or something like that, versus something that's more serious and
Absolutely.
everything. So yeah,
And that's why I wanted to give the definitions of the victim. What again?
because we don't have enough background knowledge of
Any one situation.
a criminal situation victim, to base that off of.
And again, I think criminally, I think that that's just a different thing. I think that, in my opinion, I feel like there have just been a few times in recent history, like that we've shared, where people have put themselves in, again, a victim role. That's why I wanted it to be victim role. Like, they put themselves in this position, but then
I can't
have created
stand
that
a
space. Created that space.
Yeah, let me not cuss. I can't stand up. Look, at this point, let me stop cuss. That puts themselves in a victim role and then creates a peanut gallery of people that support this victim. It's just like nothing has been done to you.
Right. And
Like,
that's what I'm
you
saying.
created
Like, that's,
the reality of perception. Like,
Yeah.
you created the perception that you are like this ultimate victim and
with
everything
no proof.
is so bad and people are just like, oh my God.
And not victim of, again, like Ramont was just saying, not victim of like harassment or physical harm or anything like that. Just victim of circumstance. And the circumstances don't necessarily exist, or the circumstances have been twisted in a way that make it look like
You are the victim.
the victim, right? So for me, I just feel like
I'm definitely
that's a
getting
lot
two
of
sides to the
energy.
story.
That's a lot of energy to put into, and then when someone knows the truth, that's what I don't get.
And my thing is, if you're going to play the victim, stay the victim. Don't hang out with the person that you accused. Don't be friendly to the person that you accused and allow everyone to think that you were the victim to this particular circumstance. Like, oh, so y'all friends now?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it gives like...
I think we can stop there because I definitely understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I think it kind of teeters on that line because, again...
but people can forgive.
Absolutely.
Forgive and forget and make...
We should make that as a topic.
Forgive and forget? Mm-hmm. Do you forgive or forget?
Do I? I can forgive. I don't think I can... I will never forget.
I know I don't forget.
I will not forget.
But if you don't forget, are you forgiven?
Yes, you can still forgive. I can get over the fact that you did not invite me to this function, but am I going to forget it? No, it hurt my feelings initially. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to forget it, but it's not on my mind as I got to check Ramont because he might do this to me again. That's not my mindset. It's just something that happened that
you're not in you don't do that no more. You're not in that space anymore, so I ain't got to worry about doing that no more. I ain't got to worry about doing that no more.
Right. But no, I don't think I think you can forgive but not forget. Again, now
I think it depends on what it was.
But I think that if you are not truly forgiving someone, then just don't forgive them. I think that forgiving and forgetting are two different entities. They don't necessarily have to be intertwined. I don't have to forgive you and forget what happened. I think that that's the thing that people misconstrue. It's not one and all or two and all. Like they're entities of their own. Not just
like I can forgive you for getting drunk at my party, but I ain't gonna forget, bitch, you got drunk and you caused the fucking scene.
Right. But again, if you're gonna hold that over my head, that's a different thing. Then that to me, you have not forgiven.
I just ain't gonna give you a lot of drinks.
Right, because you remember how, and I don't think that again. I don't think that.
I think the forgiveness is I'm still inviting you.
Right.
But I know.
Give him water. Every other drink, give him water.
Facts. That's why it's just like and I guess it's because I don't forget, and it's a little. You kind of, you move a little bit different, when things happen. Mm-hmm. So that's why I asked about that. Like, yes, I forgave you, but now I'm moving differently because I don't forget. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it all depends on, what it was.
Right. Definitely.
Especially when feelings are involved. Like, you could say, Ramont, I forgive you for not inviting me, but you could be a little bit more uneasy, like if I'm inviting you, if I'm not inviting you, type of situations.
Yeah. But then I think that to me that makes my point that I might not have truly forgiven you then. If I'm still on edge about, you know what I mean? If I'm still thinking about it in a sense of I see everybody on Instagram dressing up and I'm sitting at home, all of my friends, are they going out to get, like, to me, did I really let go of that? Or
were you just reminded of of the hurt that happened?
See, that's a different perspective. I don't know. We can deep dive in that, but I want to get to my questions before we go.
Oh, we got questions again? We always have
questions.
Here we go.
You ready? I've been trying to think. So these are questions that just pop in my head, or sometimes people will ask me, "Hey, ask him this." Somebody asked me why you don't ask questions. What did I think he said? What did he say? I can't remember how he said it. He's basically said that we should ask each other questions. I said Ramont isn't as nosy as I am, and I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think there's much.
My only asking question is to give you a different perspective.
Yeah.
Like that's not.
You know when I get tired of these apps that send me like, "Oh, it's Black Friday. Leave me alone."
All it is.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Turn off your notifications.
I am. Anyways, the first question. So I write them down, but then I never go in order. Fantasia or Jennifer Hudson?
Fantasia.
Really?
Absolutely.
I would have thought you would have said Jennifer Hudson.
Why?
I think that Jennifer Hudson.
Well, I've never seen Jennifer Hudson live. Jennifer Hudson has a beautiful voice,
and that's why I thought.
But Fantasia performs.
Okay.
You never been to a Fantasia like performance?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I've seen her several times. Like it's the Patty kicking off the shoes. It's the
interaction.
I think at Baltimore Artscape they had like the gates up, and she was just like, "Take that down. I want my people up here." So like we literally,
I think I was at that same show.
So we literally like went over the gate like to be where I think I had another one at the. I can't remember exactly. It was I want to say the Fillmore. I could be wrong. It could have been Bethesda Blues Club in Bethesda or the Fillmore. But either way, she came down like into the audience singing, and I think like the table I was at, like she stood up like on the table and was singing everything like that. Like she comes in and is part of the audience sing. So absolutely.
Okay.
And Fantasia has more albums that I'll listen to than what Jennifer does. I don't think Jennifer has a fucking album. Oh, she do. But I won't listen. I'll play a Fantasia.
You said you don't think that she has an album?
She does have an album. I just remember.
Jennifer Hudson?
Yeah. She does.
Oh, yeah.
But I listened to Fantasia albums more than I listened to Jennifer Hudson albums.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay. Do you... It popped in my head. Do you brush your teeth or wash your face in the shower?
No.
Neither?
Oh, wash my face in the shower. It all depends. Like, if I get up and go to the gym in the morning, like, I wipe my face when I go to the gym. I don't wash it because I feel like the gym is, like, dirty. Mm-hmm. So I'm just, like, wiping crust and stuff. But when I get in the shower, I wash my face when I'm in the shower. Unless I've taken a shower, like, several hours before, and now it's time for me to wash my face, or if I need to do like a pre-treatment first and then get in the shower. But no, because even when I get in the shower, I still use like my face wash that's there.
Okay,
this is a lot. But I don't brush my teeth in the shower. No, that's done outside.
That's weird to me too. I just didn't know.
You brush your teeth in the shower?
No, that's weird. I don't know. I need to see my teeth.
Yeah,
like. I don't think I've ever, like, I can start brushing my teeth and walk away maybe and come back, but I need to see my teeth.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Like, I can floss without being in front of the mirror.
Oh, yeah, I love plackers. Love them. Okay, what is one thing that you feel like you've gotten away from that you want to kind of get back into? So, for instance, I'll give you a for instance, because what made me think of this question was, like, I used to really be heavy on my skincare. Like, I was washing my face. I was doing all of the things morning, noon, night. Like, I was doing it all the time. Work out? Really? I feel like you're always at the gym. Maybe it's just in my head. Because I feel like after work, I don't reach out as much because I know typically... Is that when you were going to the gym? Or you go to the gym in the morning?
Morning. But
didn't you used to go in the afternoon?
If I have neglected a few days and did not go in the morning, I'll go in the evening.
Okay.
So it's not as consistent as it was before.
Okay. That was what, 3 questions?
Yes.
Number 4. If you had a vagina for 24 hours.
How the hell we get there?
If you had a vagina. If you had a vagina for 24 hours, what is the first thing you would do?
Have sex. Or play myself.
Which one? You gotta pick one. You can't. They're
Kind of both the same.
Kinda, but not really.
I just want to see how I feel.
Do you think you can convince your husband to have sex with you? Like, if you just woke up one day and was like, "Oh my gosh,"
Or what if I had the surgery?
would you do that?
Absolutely not. I'm not a fan of surgery like that.
Surgery scares me. Not scares me, but
Hell, even getting hit right there hurt.
Yeah,
so you think I want
I can
to?
imagine. I can only.
Ain't gotta wake up with that pain? Absolutely not.
That's when I think about any surgery. Any plastic surgery. I'm like, Okay, so you would have relations.
Yes.
I think. What wasn't my question? Okay, so last question.
Yes.
Fuck, marry, kill. Michael Ealy. You know who Michael Ealy is? Marlon Wayans. Or Lil Wayne.
Bitch. Fuck Wayans.
Marlon.
Marry Michael. Kill Lil Wayne.
See, Lil Wayne just kept popping in my head, but I felt like you would kill him.
I did say kill Lil Wayne.
I know. I was trying to think of, like, I was predicting.
You picked the wrong three.
Well, no, I didn't know which way you would go with. I knew Wayne would be killed, though. I felt like I knew that, but I couldn't think of anyone else.
All the Lil Wayne fans gonna stop listening.
I love Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he's a good rapper.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are all the questions.
We're gonna talk about that other rapper you mentioned last.
Why?
Yeah.
He's problematic,
Very
but
problematic. Yeah.
his music hits. You know who? Let me tell you this. I listened to a whole album of this artist, and I was so unimpressed. Saweetie.
I can see that.
I was just like, what am I listening to?
I felt that way listening to Summer Walker last album.
Really? I enjoy Summer.
First of all, by the time I get into the track is over because they're only 2 minutes long. So it's just like, I don't know when we got to. She ain't got no hook or bridge. It's just
I like Summer.
She got a verse, a chorus, song over. I don't like. I didn't get it. No.
Wow.
She doesn't do it for me.
Now I like Summer. I do feel the way that she got no noms for the what's it face.
I can understand why she didn't.
Clearly,
Yeah, like
I think
there was nothing, bitch. What song? Girl, this was a paragraph. They don't nominate. You can't get nominated for a paragraph.
Well, they said
the whole
that,
album was a paragraph.
They said that Beyonce's was a run-on sentence.
Wow,
That's what they've said. I enjoyed the album.
the hateration.
But the way before I really got into it, they were just like, oh my God, there's no like separation from one song to the next. But I thought it was genius, the way that it flowed. Like the album flows completely.
It was transitions.
Yeah,
from one
I
song.
agree, but it's not the norm. People
Who
are
the fuck was these critics?
Who? The people.
Who the fuck?
The people.
It was a run. Shut.
I finished all my drink today.
But the way that the album shifts after, like, once you get to what's the Church Girl song? Is it called Church Girl? Mm-hmm. Like the album shifts to more of a R&B vibe when you get the Virgo grooves and everything like that, opposed to how it is in the beginning. Like, girl.
Well, this is why we don't do reviews. So we're going to end on this note because we ain't going to do this with y'all. There are other podcasts that do this, and we love and support and appreciate them for what they do.
But Summer Walker, she was right for not getting a nomination. Bitch, and Nicki Minaj ain't get shit. And they are mad.
Thank you for listening to
So how,
another
wait.
Because I'm not going to have all these Nicki fans like...
I ain't worried about them barbs.
I didn't even know.
I ain't worried about them barbs. How do you feel about the Nicki and Lotto situation?
I don't. I don't feel a way because I think that everyone has their lane. I think that life in general has been recycled over and over and over
Absolutely.
again. So I'm not like, unless Lotto or anybody, unless anybody is taking your record and redoing it verbatim, there's gonna be some similarities. There are.
It's what's on trend.
And like we talked about,
we had a year of boy bands.
Right. Well, but like we talked about on the episode where we talked about another podcast that, in a sense, used material that we've done. Like, okay, imitation is the best form of flattery. Take it as that. Like, what are we beefing for? Like, that's what I don't understand. I'm like, why? And again, I don't get too deep into that, but all of the conversation and the apologies and what?
I ain't apologize for shit. I say what the fuck I said, bitch.
And that's what it is.
But I feel as if the other lady, she need to let it go.
Who's the other lady?
Nikki.
Oh, I was like...
You can't keep arguing with all these people.
True story. And then I think that the reason that she does is because they feed into it. Say less. There is the easiest way to get somebody to shut up about something is to not fuel their fire.
And I can...
That's my Reese's Pieces. I haven't done a Reese's Pieces in a very long time.
You haven't.
Don't fuel people's fires.
When it was her and Cardi beefing.
What were they beefing about? I mean, I remember it.
Like, the most epic one, like, the Met... I think it was Fashion Week. Like the Fashion Week fight and everything like that.
Oh.
And like Cardi, her career was over. She shouldn't have done it. It's like, now look at us.
Right.
Now look at
what are Cardi's people called?
I don't think she has anything for
her fans.
I don't think, not that I know of.
Do you like fans or supporters? The word.
I like fans.
Do you? Interesting. I don't. I do not like the word fans.
I mean, when it comes to a celebrity, yes, because that's just history. Like, it just is what it is. Like, I'm a fan of this football team. I'm a fan of this, particular singer. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Now, if you're talking about a regular, everyday person, you call me a fan, bitch, fuck you. I'm not your fucking fan.
Do you don't think we have fans?
We have fans because we're on like a public platform. But I would not call a person of you that likes you a fan. I would call him a supporter.
What? You wouldn't call someone that likes my work a fan?
No, someone that likes Reese.
Generally.
Right. Like, oh my God, Reese is such a good person. He's so nice. Oh my God, I love his energy, this and the third. I wouldn't say it was fan unless I was being shady. I'm like, bitch.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is very shady. I would be like, stop. Because it's not. Yeah. I think supporters are.
And every time I see Reese, they go, you're a little fan.
Well, in that case, we all, well, I won't say we all, but we.
Here go your little fan. Here go your little fan. Here come your little fan.
Look.
Here come your little fan. Here come your little fan.
You'd be like, I don't want to turn around. Maybe they won't see me.
Oh, no, bitch. I'm bringing 10. Reese. You want to take a picture with your fan?
Do you remember the time that I fanned out with what's her face?
Who?
I was telling the girls at work that the other day.
Quay? I have the pictures.
Me too. I was looking through my
took
phone.
them. No, yeah, I took them on your phone.
And I was just like, why?
You did. You love Quay.
I mean, but I can moment, though. I've never reacted like that. I told you I saw Oh Boy at the mall, and it was just like, oh, okay. That was the weirdest.
I took that picture with Milan. Girl, she was just like, make sure you post it, bitch.
Good night.
It's been years. I still ain't post that fucking picture.
And you shouldn't.
I won't.
We have to post it now, though. On the R&R page.
We're going to put an emoji over his face.
Y'all will know what picture it is.
We're going to put an emoji.
I'll put my picture of Quay and your picture with Milan.
We're going to put an emoji on both of their faces. We got to do it for a throwback Thursday. Some pictures are old as fuck.
They are. But I will say this. Our experiences were a little different because Milan was a lot. And Quay was very cool.
Yeah,
he was
absolutely.
very cool about the thing.
Two different circumstances. But I'll fan out over Tamia every single time.
I
will.
Have you met her?
Yeah, I've done like a meet and greet.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Yeah, like when me and my homegirl from work, we went to see Bridget Kelly, and it was like, okay, she's cool, but like I've never been like speechless except that one time.
I'm in awe every time I see Tamia.
I love her.
And
though.
I remember the one concert like being a gentleman, and I let these girls like stand in front of me because they were shorter. Mm-hmm. But I guess me singing, a little spit got on her, and she was like, "Oh my God, spit, bitch, move. You can move." I let you up here, but you can move. Because I'm a fan. And like, bitch, you can move. I'm sorry, but my bad, but I'm excited and I can't contain it. She's my favorite.
I'm so excited.
I can't contain it. Like,
excited.
I'm going to sing every fucking song word for word because I fucking know it. And bitch, you can move. Like, I was being a gentleman by letting you in front of me. I didn't have to do it. Because I was already, like, I was at the stage. Like, I
got you, friend.
Bitch,
Clearly.
I will fight you.
I hope she got it too.
I will fight, ma'am. I will fight you. You
move.
You will get this. Here go a napkin.
Now we know that you are a true fan. Whew.
When it comes to her, I won't. I'm not.
I don't know who I.
And people were already fighting there too, because people were like trying to move through the crowd and everything like that. I was here early, and
I did what needed to be done to ensure that I got the space and time that I needed.
I was being nice, bitch. You won't catch a little spit, bitch.
Thanks for listening to another episode of a little R&R podcast. Oh wait, you can go do on both sides. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
You gonna get this spit.
Hey guys, it's your boy Ramont.
And I'm Reese. Check us out at a little R&R podcast.
You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and all your podcast streaming services.